What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a makeup lover, of course. For today's video, I am going to be doing a recreation of this look right here. Bury me in this makeup. I am so obsessed. I have been loving seeing this creator's creations. Oh my god, the glowy makeup. I'm obsessed. I don't have the balls or creativity to do things like this, but when I tell you, I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Oh my god, love it. 10 out of 10. So I did really want to recreate this look because it's something I felt achievable, and I think what we achieved what we were going for. So these are the vibes. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video here. I'm very excited. And of course, don't forget to stay tuned until the very end of the video where I'll do an up close of the eyeshadow look. That way you guys can see the true beauty of the blend. And if you're curious to see how I achieved this makeup, definitely keep on watching. I forgot that I was going to be using bases in this. And I like super primed my eyelid, so hopefully it doesn't cause a ton of creasing. Usually when I remember that I'm going to be going in with a base, I won't prime all the way like my whole lid, especially like if I'm going to cut my crease and stuff, because you just don't need that much product on your lid. So just keep that in mind if you're wanting to recreate this with me. I did watch the creator's video for this recreation, and pretty much all I got from that is that they used the Blend Bunny palette. So the one I thought would match the best to that look was the original Blends palette. So first things first, because we are starting with cream base, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Mitchell color case. I'm taking 2 shades. Well, I guess technically 3. I'm going to mix this lime green with some white just to make it super pale, kind of yellow. So I'll mix those two together, and then I'll be going in with this orange. I really think out of all of the color cases, this orange is like such a like weird formula. It's like not my favorite because it's just like the way, I'll show you when we get to that portion, but yeah, just know that I don't really dig the orange out of this one, but we're gonna use it because that's what the creator did. Whenever I do recreations, I try to do it as accurate as possible because that look inspired me. I want that look on my eyeballs. And then I did already carve out my brow, so I'm just really going to trace that line for this yellow. Just like this. And then I'm just going to tap the edges to blend it down. Now we are going to take the orange. I'll see if I can show you what I mean. So if you look at this base, very opaque, like it's all one color. Now when I do this one, first of all, it's already really creamy, but it's more like, so when I warm it up, it's kind of, it's just way thinner. I was gonna say watery, but that's not accurate either. I don't know, the consistency is just different in this one. Can you just see how wet that is compared to like this one? Like there's not really any shine. It's already starting to dry down, but still, like look at how wet that is. It's just a different consistency. And also it does not go on, like this is this, right? Like it's that same color. When I take this orange, I'm gonna just take it on this angled dough color brush. It's like so light. Like where's the pigment, you know? I mean, like there's pigment, but I want it to be like orange, and this is like yellow. I mean, I guess they look the same on camera, but in person, I don't think they look the same. My personal opinion there. So I am just blending this out like I would an eyeshadow. I would have loved a more like darker orange, like a more like barley shade. I think that would have looked awesome, but this does look really good. Like I can make that shit work. So we're gonna make it work, baby. So I'm going to lay that down, and then I'm going to dust the brush off really well. Like there's no extra product. And then I'm just going to go back over everything. Blend it right into that yellow. If you don't have these, you could skip this step. If you just want to just make sure you have a wet base so your eyeshadows really pop. Now there is a nice seamless blend from that yellow to that orange. Tell me, does that look orange to you? Because that looks yellow to me. I'm going to start by setting the brow bone, and I'm actually going to take the shade Wildflower, which is this kind of neon yellow. Oh, I think there was some blue on my brush. Oops. I'm going to take shade Secrets, which is the pastel yellow, and go for that because I think I made that green. Oopsie. It's fine. It's fine. Everywhere I put that yellow, everywhere I put that yellow base, I'm going to just go ahead and tappity tap, tap, tap. This is a little travel size Luxie brush. Look how tiny it is. I'm actually going to work my way from the lightest colors down. So I'm actually going to start by taking the shade Barley. So I'm taking these two oranges and then this red here. So yeah, so starting with shade Barley on this Doe Color number 4 brush, neon green set. And I'm just going to start by kind of packing it down first. And then I'm going to blend it out. The second I put this shade down, I was like, oh yeah. Already we're getting somewhere. I'm also making sure that I'm smoking this out. The shape that the creator did is, I think, one of the things that I'm like obsessed with. Very high up here on the brow bone, super low right here, and then it's like smokes out. Oh, obsessed. Never talk to me again. I've been seeing this particular creator who did this look get a lot of love, and I think they super duper deserve it because like they're so innovative. Like they've been doing a lot of like neon creations, like glowing. That's the shit I like to see. Super super creative, fun makeup, unique, different. Once I kind of got my shape mapped out like so, I'm going to start to deepen it. So now I'm just dusting all my brushes off because I used them on this eye, so they have like a lot of pigment on them and like mixed colors. And I kind of want to start as fresh as possible, just so I'm not muddying up my colors right away. So I'm going to start with this Makeup Check T82 brush and then the shade Enigma. And I'll go ahead and just start deepening everything. And I usually don't bring the darker colors so high into my brow bone, but that's the vibe today. And I will go back in with all the other colors, so I'm not worried about losing anything. Just kind of... yeah, that already looks so good. Okay. I'm taking this little mini Plouise 111 brush. I hardly ever use this brush because there's like hardly any bristles, but it's actually really nice for what I'm doing because I don't want it to be too dense of a brush and like really pack it on. I want it to be like soft, light. So I'm going to take shade Vexed, which is the red. And I'm going to go ahead and just deepen this crease up. Because this brush is so little, it just fits right where I need it, nice and tight, but it's still blending, so it's like perfect. Once I got to this step, I felt like I needed a little bit more depth, so I'm actually going to take just the tiniest dash of black. Again, this brush is really nice because it's not so dense. It's not going to pick up a ton of product, but I'm still going to be mindful. And I'm going to keep that black really tight, really low on my lid. I'd rather be able to blend it up than it be too far up and then I can't fix it. But that depth, that was exactly what I needed. So now that I'm happy with all of my tones. I'm going to just go through all of my colors until everything is nice and blended. And I'm going to be taking everything further up in this area and then just further out towards the tail of my brow. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Secrets, which is that super pale yellow. Just right here on the inner corner. I don't want it to be super neon yellow, but I do need it to be a little bit lighter right here. It's pretty good. The creator didn't really go in with a super sharp, defined cut crease. So I'm going to take the same... What is that? I'm going to take the shade... I'm going to take the same green and white method. I'm going to take this very big, giant concealer brush and try to make it a little bit higher and like round it out. Kind of like, why does my phone keep dinging? Ugh. So kind of like a little mountain. I'm going to take that same angled brush that I used for that orange. I just dusted it off to make sure that this base is like evenly laid down. Just kind of blending it. Doesn't really need to be super structured. I just wanted to brighten the crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Inside Joke, and that same little Luxie packing brush, and pack that on my inner corner, and then I'll take some of the yellow shade Secrets right on top. And then now I'm actually going to work backwards with the darkest shades. I want to blend this before it dries, before that base dries. So I'll go in with all of the same shades I used to blend the whole eyeshadow out, and just bringing that in. And then I'm actually going to take the shade Wildflower to meet that green and orange. Once everything's nice and blended out, I'm going to kind of go back in with that shade Vex, which is the darkest red, to make sure that this like arch is really defined. I'm going to take this Urban Decay liquid stick in the shade Melted Onyx. These are so creamy. They actually have a brush on the opposite side, which is what I'm going to use to smudge this out a bit. Once that black liner is smudged out, I'm just going to set it with some of the eyeshadow. Now we all know I needed a little shiny shimmer. I'm going to take just a dash of this Timaree pigment. The sticker did fall off. I think this is one of her extreme shards, but I'm not 100% on that. But this beautiful yellow shade, I'm just going to pick it up off of the lid. This is what she looks like. And I'm going to tap, it's like galaxies on my eyeballs. Perfect. If I wanted it to be super, super, super like opaque and vibrant, I would definitely put down a base, but I just wanted it to be like, oh, I went super heavy on the blush because I felt like they would complement the eyes really well, so actually loving that. I feel like I wouldn't usually go this heavy on an orange blush because it doesn't really suit my skin tone too well, but we made it work. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is pop on some lashes. My husband's sister gave me these, so I have no idea. Probably Amazon, I would assume. But I'll show you guys how I apply my lashes. So when I've already wore a pair of lashes, I'll just kind of pick off the old glue very gently. And then I personally like the green duo lash glue. I'll brush it on the lash band. And then I'll take a little bit of lash glue on my lash line. I feel like this acts like a magnet for my falsies. And then when all of that dries, I'll just go in with a little bit of some mascara. The mascara doesn't really matter too much because it's just going to act as a glue for my fake lashes, my real lashes to blend together. So I'm just going to make sure to coat them enough to stick them together. Then I start from the front, kind of place it where I'm going to want my lashes to go. Stick it to where I put the lash glue. And then you could either use a lash curler or your fingers to pinch your real lashes and the falsies together. This is very messy business. Okay. And then I just press those puppies up. So I just kind of mess with them until I'm happy with them, and they look like this. Now my eyes look super big. I'm going to take the same orange and red shades under my lash line. I actually should start with a black. Let's do that first. Okay, so after I put that black on my waterline, I'm going to take a little bit of black and red and smudge it out. Okay, here's what I'm thinking for my lip combo. I'm thinking this Unearthly lip pencil in the shade Fiery. I'm going to try to match my eyes to the best of my abilities. Yeah, I think that's a nice color. My lips never turn out the same. Like, they're different every time I do them. Oh yeah, that was a really, really great color combo. My hands are filthy. We're going to ignore that. I'm going to go in with something nude in the center. So I'm going to take this Michaela X Glam Light. My daughter is destroying my bed. Ma'am. Get it together, young lady. Yeah, that's nice. And then I wanted to take some of this Unearthly lip gloss in the shade Zest. It's super, super vibrant orange. Okay, so I just went ahead and styled my hair. Pretty much just my bangs. I trimmed them, but like, are they too short? Because like, I wanted them to be really short, but like, they're too long to be really short. I don't know. Clearly not a hairstylist over here, but these are the vibes. What do we think? I am obsessed. Whenever I do a full glam, low-key, I love doing orange, but whenever I'm doing like no makeup, orange does not suit me. But when I do like a full beat, I am obsessed. Oh. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed creating it because, I'm obsessed. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to my husband and tell him that this needs to be his new screensaver because I'm so obsessed with this. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. Without further ado, we're gonna go right on ahead, roll a clip.